Hey agents, it's Dispatch. Today is Spicy Take Tuesday, and we are going to talk about the most bestest, objectively goodest idea about what expertise in the Division 2 should be. This idea is much more better than the way the system is right now, and better than those other content creators' ideas like off constantly. Let's get stuck into it. Alright, so by now we all know that expertise is a confusing, expensive system of dubious fairness and effectiveness. There is a better way. Off constantly basically wanted expertise upgrades to apply to every category of an item rather than individual items, much like proficiency. Once something is proficient, every piece you pick up with the same name is going to be proficient. In this way, everything you pick up would be the expertise grade that you had upgraded to. However, this still leaves the system with armor upgrades being completely worthless, as well as most of the skill upgrades being worthless. I want to change that. In my system, we introduced the concept of reassignment. Basically, this is recalibration, but instead of replacing an attribute with a max roll of that attribute, the attribute would remain the same value. So if you had a 4% critical hit chance slot and wanted to change it to critical hit damage, that would be 8% critical hit damage if you reassigned it. The more upgrades you put on an item, the more expensive it gets, and each upgrade would be really expensive to try and even it out. Once you've upgraded that slot, it can be reassigned as many times as you want for free. I don't have a plan for how this will work with skills, but those need a rework in the current system anyway. This kills 3 birds with 1 stone. Let's talk about each of them. First, this solves the problem of armor expertise grades being worthless. Now, instead of increasing the raw performance of your gear by an arbitrary amount, it allows you to take any god roll and mold it into the exact piece you want. No more cringing as you throw away that maxed out rainbow roll. Basically, instead of giving you random improvements, it allows you to open up the way you play. For example, I've never committed to one of Tux's crazy hybrid builds because I don't want to farm True Patriot for hours on end until I get a max status effect miner so I can reroll the core to a skill tier or whatever. That is just so unattainable, it's not worth the effort, especially if I don't even know if it'll work for me. This allows me to take my existing pieces and experiment, make all the interesting hybrids I want. It makes the game more varied and more fun to play. Problem number 2. Every single patch we get a slew of agents complaining, asking, pleading for more stash space. It isn't going to happen. But this helps alleviate that. With this, you only need to keep one piece of everything instead of multiple almost god rolls that you'll never use. Finally, we can quickly deal with our inventory and spend more time playing the game. The fact that agents have multiple quote-unquote mule characters is just mind-boggling to me and sounds so ridiculously annoying. Changing expertise in this way puts more people in the game instead of in the menus, switching between characters or doing other weird stuff. Problem number 3, this also resolves arguments about PvP fairness. In almost every other game, as long as you understand the mechanics and have good skills, you can do very well. No other serious PvP game allows someone to do 20% more damage than a new player. It's dumb. Regardless of what side you're on, this change resolves that discussion immediately, because we're talking about unlocking new ways to play as a reward for your investment instead of unlocking more power creep as a reward for your investment. So to sum it all up, if expertise allowed greater customization of your builds rather than just stat boosting, it will make armor upgrades viable, solve the stash space issue, and resolve any PvP fairness problems. Is my idea genius or just plain brilliant? Put your thoughts for the community below. Subscribe and check out new playlists that we've got. Division 2 Explained, interesting investigations, builds, etc. Let me know if you want more hot takes or what kind of video you want to see next. Once again, agents, this has been Dispatch. Take care out there.